Good morning, humans, and welcome to our last live podcast ever.
Got sprung putting me makeup on, didn't I?
Oh no, geez, I'm glad that wasn't the only thing you were doing behind the scenes, Granny. We've talked about your dirty habit before. She's an avid nose picker. Mm-hmm. So they look at you differently now, Granny, in the Discord group. And how are you today, Blake?
I'm doing well. It's a nice day apart from the wind, so I'm good. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good, not falling asleep, so we're ready to go.
I was about to say, after yesterday's recording of the podcast, I'm surprised you're still awake. Even towards the end, I was falling asleep. I think that was a record, Brady. Oh, look at that.
Dud.
Well, it's like, yeah, I won't relate that to any of your past relationships, but okay, but that's good. Yay!
There you go, woohoo!
There you go. The early New Year's Eve party started right now, so.
Yep.
The only party I want right now is a big ka-ching.
I didn't know if you were dressed for Halloween. It looked like a witch's hat, Leanne.
It kind of does a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially with your little beanie that you've got on as well.
It was the only one I had because the kids actually, because if I turn it around, which I can't do because it's stuck down, but it actually says happy birthday on the back because they're the ones that my kids got me for my birthday. It was all I had.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I was just reading through the chat. I'm trying to be self-disciplined today to not read the news as you two dribble on, but
good.
I'll see how I go. I need to find some.
Well, how are you, Octo? That's the question, isn't it?
Well, I've still got a voice after yesterday. Yeah, well, I've still got a voice considering. How long did our video go for yesterday? About an hour and 35 minutes.
That was longer than that. Hour 48 or hour 52 or something like that. It was pretty
nearly 2 hours.
I was keep looking at the camera about the 13-minute mark, thinking, oh, geez, we're going to run out of things to say. Then, 16 hours later, we're still going. So
we didn't even touch on everything we were going to, I don't think.
No, that's right. That's exactly right. So you'll have to sign up to Leanne's Discord if you want to find the stuff that we were going to talk about. We'll say hello to the chat. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Marianne. It's good to see you here.
Hi, Marianne.
Yeah, I hope you and your husband are feeling better. She signed up for the channel membership. There you go. She can watch our train crash of a video that we released to the members yesterday. So the normal video will be coming out on the Tuesday morning. I uploaded the unedited version, which Grumpy Granny had a go at me for starting straight off the bat without the timer coming down.
Yes,
we're not leaking this week's episode.
No, that's right. Well, Grumpy Granny hasn't had a live yet, so I don't have to have a leak. So, which we will talk about shortly. So, good morning, Rob. It's good to see you, Pamela. Yes, well, I am going by Pamela now, so yes. I identify as a Pam. I'm glad that Rob's brought that up because obviously he's been slithering around in Grumpy Granny's Discord. We did talk about a true crime podcast yesterday. In our podcast. Yes. So I think we're just going to try and bring up like something to break up the reselling content. Not that there's much in our episodes anyway. But if you're into true crime, check out our video coming out on Tuesday. Or did you put it in your Discord, Leanne? I can't remember.
Yeah, and now we are going to from now on we're going to call all our bad buyers, instead of calling them Karens, we're going to call them Pamelas or Pams.
Yes, Pams. That's right. So, long story short,
watch the actual or listen to the actual podcast that we're talking about, you'll understand why.
Well, okay. Well, I'll do one better. Yeah, if you put in the chat that you do like true crime podcasts or you do like true crime stories, I'm not going to. If everyone here is not interested in true crime, put it in the chat and I'll let you know what the podcast is, and you can have a listen before Tuesday and we can discuss. I want to discuss because it's one of those things that I told Blake and Leanne when probably late last week that. It's just one of those podcasts that just keep you going, what the hell? And this keeps escalating, doesn't it, Leanne?
Every 10
insanity.
minutes.
Yeah, so it is a bit of a tragic story. So, obviously someone was murdered, for lack of a better word, by a lunatic. That's probably or a sociopath or a psychopath and every other path you can put onto the end of a word. So it is quite distressing. So, obviously I'm not going to treat it lightheartedly, but it was just the comedy of errors and the escalation of how this thing played out.
The incompetence.
How she managed to keep getting away with what she was getting away with.
Oh, well, you've ruined it now by saying it's a woman.
Well, I kind of gave it away. I don't know.
Pamela's giving it away, isn't it?
That's right. So put down in the chat below, and like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about it if you're into it. If you're not into it, you just wait till Tuesday's podcast and you can work out what it is. But I have put the link to the podcast in the description of the upcoming video, so you can just go straight there. Good morning, Mary Jo. Did I get it right this time? I always call you Mary.
Good morning.
Where's she from, Octo?
Yeah, come
on. She's from. Is it Texas? So these eyes are painted on. I'm telling you these all the time. Is it Arkansas?
That's it.
There we go. I had Octo Poppy over Christmas, telling me because geography is his strong suit. Nothing else is his strong suit, but he was teaching me how to say Arkansas. Morning, humans. We're just waiting on Blake to wake up. Yes, he had a bit of a snooze yesterday after our 2-hour extravagance.
I was asleep by 8:30 last night.
I had my painted eyes hanging out of my head as well. Morning, Red Relics. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just catching up on a couple of your lives. Just going through your channel a couple of weeks ago. John, is that right? Like, I keep thinking your name was Chris, but I think every other bloody reseller on YouTube is Chris.
I thought it was Anthony. Everyone was calling.
It could be. That's right. Well, Christian. There we go. There's another Christian there.
Morning, Christian.
What's everyone's plans for New Year's? What's your plans, Blake?
I'll be snoozing. I will not be seeing in the New Year's. I will be well and truly asleep. Yeah, nothing. I'm the most boring guy on the planet if you haven't figured that out.
So the youngest person on the podcast by 60 years can't even stay up for 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Leanne? What's your proposed plan for New Year's?
Oh, well, if there's enough interest, we thought we might do a live stream starting about 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time and bring in the New Year.
So that's tonight, not straight after this. I need to rest in my voice.
11 p.m. tonight. But I have to just gauge if there's enough interest for me to do it.
That's right. Yeah. So if you are interested in that, put in the chat below and reach out to Granny or whatever you want to do, and we can work from there.
Everyone will probably be just rolling around drunk.
Well, that's right. That's the best way to be, isn't it, Granny?
It'd be a fun one.
That's it.
Blake will be asleep at 9 p.m. apparently. So he must be recording a podcast by that sounds, like Leanne, if he's going to be asleep at 9 p.m. Good morning, Sandra. How are you going?
Well, the podcast puts Sandra to sleep quite often. We know that.
That's right. Oh, Nightmare Flippers, our beloved. Like we're having a bit of beef with Nightmare Flippers at the moment. So Leanne said something very unsavory at the start of our podcast yesterday about the Nightmare Flippers. So you'll have to.
New YouTube rivalry.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, but if you I don't think you can, but someone will put your link into your channel in the comments, mate. I'll get that organised.
I'll do it now. I feel like.
Sandra Blondie. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Very well, thank you, Sandra. How are you?
Morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Oh, almost breaking things.
Asleep. Rob's going to be asleep. Wow.
Yeah. I don't. Well, the live show for you, Rob, will be 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's quite manageable for the people in Western Australia.
It is.
It is good.
Marianne, good Saturday evening from Maine.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So
I think I've said numerous times.
New Year's Eve.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, the night before New Year's. And I said numerous times that I only learnt the other day that Maine's not in Florida. So, go me.
So
I still
my
have no idea
partner
where it
only.
is, but
My partner only learnt the other day that France wasn't in London.
Oh,
He's very bad at geography.
Well, I also seem to remember someone realising that now, where was that place yesterday that we were talking about that you thought was in Africa? And it's actually in Egypt.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Wait, Egypt is on the top of Africa.
It's around that proximity. Yeah, I'd give you
Egypt
that,
is in Africa.
It's in the proximity.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't think it is. I think it's in the landlocked between. But yeah, like I said, don't come to us for geography advice because you will fail.
Yeah, because that seems to be a common trait. And well, there you go. See, I'm working out all the common traits of resellers. Now, three of us like true crime, and we're all a bit well, I mean, I'm diagnosed ADHD, but we're all officially a bit ADHD because I've diagnosed us all. And look, we're all hopeless at geography, so maybe that's another common trait. Mm.
That's right. Well, I just think
we're all colourblind.
I think it's also something to do with the Australian curriculum, personally. But okay, so morning thrifting, All-Star. It's good to see you.
Good morning.
New York, Nightmare Flickers. New York plans is to attack the death pile, which is good. I strongly encourage that.
New York plans.
New York plans.
Yeah, New York plans. That's how he rolls. Yeah, well, have you seen Freddie goes to New York? He needs Freddie in there as well. He needs to get another offsider.
How much have you got in your death pile? Let us know.
Probably.
Yes, let us know. But let me tell you, having a little bit of a death pile is worthwhile at times, like with Grumpy Granny's car's not going at the moment. And so it's been extremely good that I've got a death pile because I can just list from my death pile.
I will caveat that, and I've seen two Aussie thrifters in the chat, so Brad's in there as well. Buy quality death pile stuff. Don't buy DVDs that sell for $3.50. So
yes, true.
Yeah, 100%.
Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you.
Good morning, Sarah. And because I won't now, everyone try and say flipped fox finds 3 times. Flip fox finds, flip fox finds, flip flop. Yeah, you too. Come on, off you go. Blake, your turn.
Flip fox finds, flip fox finds, flip fox finds.
Oh, pretty good, Octo.
Octopus doesn't do anything anyone wants to do. I can't even say New Year's Eve. I always say New York. Because it's New Year's, it's un-Australian not to crack an alcoholic beverage before 11 a.m., right? Well, yeah, we'll go for whatever tickles your fancy. I don't know how you could drink through your mask, but hey.
Yeah.
Not watch your Sody City. Oh no, the Sody City live song.
Oh, we're coming out.
No.
No.
We started a turf war. Oh no, we didn't even think of that. I didn't see.
Sorry about that, Shane.
Yeah. Well, we no longer we're starting a beef with Nightmare Flippers, but also Shane as well. Nose picker and croc wearer. Do you wear Crocs, Grady?
I do.
Oh, wish I'd known that before I asked you to come to the podcast.
Yeah, well, apparently Bax reckons he can't be friends with me anymore because I wear Crocs. And I said, well, I do believe that once you're over 60, you get a pass on that. Like you actually are allowed to wear Crocs. So
the most uncomfortable things.
Oh, no, they're fantastic. And I even had the little giblets, like the little decoration charms that you put in it.
On a side note, Bax, we've actually got an opening on the podcast. Are you interested?
Look, here's one. Look. It's a puffer fish.
Bax would be quite good to have on the podcast, actually. That's cool.
That's one of the little giblets. That's a little puffer fish. Look, it's cute.
What is it?
A little puffer fish.
You stick it in the hole of the...
You put it in your croc. It's got a little pin on the back, and you stick it in your croc, and it decorates your crocs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, thrilling, isn't it?
Skip that comment, Octo.
Yes, Marianne. Yes, I quite agree, Marianne. I haven't said anything yet, but I was waiting for it. Like, you know.
What's that for? I missed that.
Marianne's comment. What is Blake doing in Granny Square?
No.
Thank you.
Actually,
I was enjoying this.
Well, we have a hierarchy. We have a hierarchy thing where people come in first, get the prime spot.
But it's much better for me because my camera's set for this box up the top, so I'm a bit higher up. So I actually look like I'm looking straight at the boys and girls instead of looking up, you know.
Fair enough.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I can't do that, otherwise my head will be up like this.
Well, that's right. I have to do this. But no, actually, I thought you were talking about a granny square, like one of those knitted. It took me a little bit to work out what was going on.
An Afghan.
Good morning, Anthony. It's good to see you.
Morning, Anthony.
Please don't tell him. Yes, well, it only took me a couple of minutes to work out what was going on. Oh, well, I've actually got both on TikTok, so everyone do the same. So open another YouTube window and have both of us going at the same time, because that's what I've got going on. So you'll actually see me in Soda City Flips live as well. So,
it's actually a good
multiple
idea.
tentacles. You can actually, get into different accounts and say hello. So I can't actually hear him, so I'm listening to you people. But I love true crime, but I'll get around to watching the podcast when I'm hungover. It's an audio podcast, so you can probably just lay there. But I think it's one of those podcasts where you actually just keep going, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell.
Yeah.
So you can't relax and listen to it because.
No, I was walking around the walk that we've got around here, and I was just like every few minutes, I'm just like, wait, what? Did I hear that right? Like, is it seriously? What the hell? Can it get any worse?
Yeah. And it does. Every time you think it's, something's going to happen, then something else happens, and it just, it's pretty,
Yeah. Like I said, it's quite a tragic event what happened, but it's just, it's just ludicrous. Like, you shake your head. Hopefully, the True Crime podcast doesn't involve 3 guests giving their top 10 killers, then we vote on it. No, unfortunately not. Good morning, Liz. I love True Crime. Well, there you go. Oops, sorry, Blake. Yeah, it looks like you've been in trouble now. Hey, Fitchy. Vonnie, how you going, mate? It's good to see you. Happy
morning, Vonnie.
Early Eve. That's right. Blake and Granny, hello as well. It's 2024. Very close, Harry. It's we're about 13 hours away from the new year, so we're trying to get in early. Oh,
we are.
Like Granny
it is,
changes.
Well, it is actually it is actually New Year's Eve here, not New Year's Eve, like it is in America.
No, that's good. My beloved two Aussie thrifters. Good morning, Brad and Jazz, if you're there.
Good morning, Brad.
Howdy.
Hope you had a lovely holiday, Brad.
I got it right. Mary Jo from Arkansas. 5 p.m. Sunday here. Would love to ring the
Saturday.
Well, I told you numerous times these eyes are painted on. So.
Oh, goodness. And you can see, like, typical, ADHD type trait of just reading so fast that you're not actually taking in the content.
No, that's right. Well, yeah. Well, I listened. It's probably hearing issues as well. I've got very selective hearing. Yes, you want a New Year's Eve podcast? That's the new Nightmare Flippers. If you haven't subscribed, Slither Across. They've done 2 episodes. I believe he did another episode, but he had some technical issues where he lost the episode. So should be a new episode coming out when he feels like it, I'll say. I watched Gigi drinking her New Year's Amazon Pepsi, then I'll sleep.
Yes. So Rob's taught me all about how to buy stuff off Amazon. So I'm going to, yes. And the cat food is so much cheaper buying off Amazon.
Amazon's good. I'm an eBay seller, but I never buy on eBay. I always go straight to Amazon.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that consensus around here that people are actually just, shop on Amazon. We do enjoy some true crime. Hardy.
Yeah, cool.
My boys wear Crocs, so that's the thing, apparently.
Oh, there you go. It's becoming trendy.
It might be time to get some new boys, Sandra.
I actually have one somewhere.
The octopuses don't sell out for Crocs.
Yeah, no, one of the little charms isn't. See, because I've got a whole heap of them on this thing. It's all little seafood creatures, and one of them is an octopus, but I had it in there and it fell out. It is here somewhere on my desk.
That's very convenient, though, isn't it? Like, it doesn't exist, but she's trying to make it.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying to will it into what are you saying?
Yeah. Quick interruption. I got a $60 offer on a $150 pair of shoes. How good. I didn't take it.
Take it.
No.
How much did you pay?
Well, put it in the chat. We need a poll. Put it in the chat if you want it. We think you should take it.
I paid 15, but they are worth, like, the sell-through rate's really good. And they
so what would you take?
End up going
100. You'll take 100.
I'll take 80.
Yeah,
for them, honestly. But
so did you counter or decline?
Yeah, no, I counted. I don't usually decline unless it's egregiously off. Like if they're offering 60, they might pay 80. So it's like not a big thing for me. I don't like holding on to items, but I'm not going to take like 65, 70% off. Like that's not that. Like it's a lot.
New special, Blake. Stop being a tight ass. Sarah said that her other half nearly got Shrek Crocs. He was going to divorce him. Well, I would divorce him too. So
they're pretty expensive though. That Shrek edition of the Crocs, they're worth a fair bit.
I know. To get the coloured ones, because we don't get very many of those out here, like in Australia, like they do in America. So, like to get any of the patterned ones and stuff, it's actually quite expensive.
Well, I've looked at StockX and see what the Shrek Crocs are going for because they are pretty,
That's good. Then we move on to death pile estimates of 1,000 DVDs. We're still grinding through 75 to 100 items, mostly clothing, which sucks to list. Yeah. I hate clothing. I've said numerous times.
I love it.
Blake loves it. He can't get enough of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind.
$130.
It's not that I actually love the clothing as such, but I love selling it.
It's good to sell.
Yeah. I probably just need a better system or a better procedure of listing it because, like I said, I just really don't find any interest in selling clothing at all. Sue's News, Happy New Year. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hope it's the best year yet. Well, hopefully so. Some people have had some issues on eBay over the last 12 months and hopefully they rectify themselves. It'd be good to see what 2024 brings.
So Sue's News, actually, that's the date, 31st of the 12th, 23, because they write their month before the day, which we do in reverse. But that looks cool. 12/31.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I thought it might be just a rhyme.
Throws me out so much when I see it. It just throws me off.
Yeah.
So that's why I always write, whenever I write custom declarations to the states, I always write the date in full instead of writing 8/12/23 because early on, I did have someone reach out to me and I'm quite angry that I didn't send the product to them in my specified date because they read the date back to front somehow. I can't remember how it worked, but if I'm bored one day, I'll go through my many eBay messages and try and find it. I should have taken a screenshot, but people are special. Did you fix your computer nightmare? Because apparently you had some computer issues. Croc charms are popular here in the US. Octo will be pleased to know I'm not a croc wearer. Well, that's good, Mary Jo. I'm very happy to hear that.
I'm pleased as well.
Croc don't know what you missed.
That's right. I don't know. Well, obviously, Sarah's husband's been banned from wearing them. Mary Jo's not wearing them. I don't think. Well, I'm probably going off the nightmare flippers. He probably wears them.
I will say, Crocs are one of those things, and people say, "Oh no, I wouldn't. They're terrible. They're ugly." Blah blah blah. And I used to do too. But then when I got a pair, which I actually got my first pair just to wear when I was outside gardening, but they're so comfortable. But look,
you meant to wear them in bare feet.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that because I've got a big streak. I've got a line of hair on the top of my foot. So every time I wear them, they like pull and rip on my hair, and it does my head in. So
shave the top or wax the top of your foot.
So if anyone hasn't seen where Blake first appeared, he was in the Lord of the Rings as one of the hobbits, like one of the background hobbits. So go back and check him out with his hairy feet. He's also hairy feet. He's starting his own only feet subscription service as well. By the sounds of it,
OnlyFans.
Well. Sounds like he's peddling. He was just mentioning earlier that he's trying to branch out from reselling. So maybe his feet pics of what's coming up next.
that is what's next. Yeah.
Forest Finds Online sure did. After a full reset of Windows, it turned out to be the keyboard. The keyboard was double clicking and cancelling everything, including our recorded footage.
Oh boy.
Gone haywire.
Yeah.
Good morning, Recommerce Dave. Good to see you, mate. Happy New Year's Eve to you as well. I'd rather list clothing that sells than have 1,000 DVDs. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I don't know. Like I said to Blake beforehand, I did slither down to South Canberra last night and picked up a whole bunch of Wii U and Wii games. Yeah,
video games are different than DVDs, so like they tend to have a bit more. Most of them.
Yeah. So,
and also, I think people are more keen to buy a bundle of DVDs. Not DVDs, games. Like so, because if you've got lower value games and you do bundle them, and they're for the same system, people are more inclined to buy them as a bundle as opposed to buying a bundle of DVDs, I think.
Yeah, this lady on Facebook Marketplace, she had them listed, and she said, "Make me an offer." And I said, "Don't do that because you won't like it." And yeah, long story short, I picked them all up for $30, and there's probably I think one or two of the Wii U games go for about $25-$30 each. So all the rest of the Wii games are pretty much Just Dance, so they go pretty well as well. So. I even buy very select few DVDs. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't even look at the DVD section anymore.
I don't either.
I'm finding the thrift stores or the op shops are actually marking them up. Yeah, because before we had pretty much like $1 a DVD. Blu-rays were $2 and box sets were $3 or $4. But I've seen one for $40 the other day. So
Yeah, it's the only time I'll look at them now is like if I my last garage sale, which was a while ago, that I went to in Mildura, and someone had a box set of air crash investigation. It was all of them. So, like, it's not something I'd probably normally buy, and I wasn't doing DVDs anymore, but I just thought, well, there's a box set there. So I did sort of, turn around behind and I was, like competent while I was talking to the people. And yeah, it was worth doing. And I think I sold it for like, I paid $10 for it, and I sold it for $110. So
yeah. Like I said, if you're going past it, if you have to walk past it in the shop, but I wouldn't make a special detour to it now.
No, I glanced to see if there is any box sets like you did, Granny, but I'll say look, because sometimes I put video games in there as well, so I'll go through and look for that on the spine, and there's nothing like that. I don't usually spend too long looking through. Like, it's just not worth it for me. Like, I'm doing a lot better with clothing. And
my DVDs are normally next to the plush. So, like, on my way to the plush, I'll have a cursory glance over the DVDs. But like you said, I just more or less look for video games, or just box sets, and I don't even look at the single DVDs. There could be anything in there, and I wouldn't even know, to tell you the truth. It's just not worth my time. Hate selling clothes too, but it sells quick. Sold my first pair of Scotch and soda men's pants. Listed 2 hours. Maybe it's priced are too cheap. Well, if you're making a profit, get rid of it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Nah.
But,
I don't think anyone should really worry about it. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I sort of Blake before.
Everyone goes through that period of that, don't they? When you list something and it sells really quick, and you think I sold it too cheap, but it might be just lucky that. You might have had it just at the right price, but it just happened that someone had it saved in their search and they snapped it up.
Well, that's right. Well, I was just saying, I was talking to Blake before, and I had a pair of shoes that have been sitting around for a year and a half, and Blake straight away worked out what the issue was. I didn't have shoes in the title. So,
you didn't know what
Oh, that's just a minor oversight, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, here I am berating people in the Facebook groups for asking stupid questions and wondering why my shoes won't sell. And they don't have shoes.
It's like, I don't know why this isn't selling. Look, I'm like, they're a good pair, and I'm like reading the title. I'm like, don't have the word. You don't know what they are.
Well, that's why you follow the tech and sports model. Because you probably have put shoes in the title.
Maybe I do need to put
generally a good idea.
Yeah, maybe I do need to do that video on title structure after all.
That's right. Show me about the footage. That sucks. Looking forward to more content in 2024 from you guys. That's right. And I think I've told you before, Nightmare, when you're sitting at the table with Ghost, you have the microphone really close to you, which I don't. So I'm a bit of a hypocrite from that. But that's what I.
Yeah.
Yes, just have it really close to your mouth.
Speaking oh God.
Really close.
All right, I'm back. I should be louder and clearer now, should I?
I wonder, because I've got my little fluffy thing I can put on top. Will it make? What does that do? What's that going to do?
It's a pop filter.
Well, I think all the rage.
Does it make?
I think all the rage is you have to wear your microphone next to your ear like this. Isn't that what all the cool kids are doing on YouTube these days?
Yeah,
clip it onto your ear.
Yeah, that's right.
Do. I think it might make my voice sound sweeter, doesn't it? With the little fluffy thing on.
It just stops the harsh P's and like the and all that kind of plosives. That's the main point of it. Yeah, so just soften that. And because when I talk, because I got the gap in my teeth, I have a big whistle when I say S words. It usually whistles, so it's like it puts that down a little bit. Yeah, I know.
Let's play a game of berating Blake when he's live. So we'll just count how many times he whistles. Where are we? No longer source them. Anything under X amount goes to another reseller that sells at markets. We still have 1,000 roughly to sort through. I've 2 Aussie thrifters in here. I think, Brad, your model's $35, $40. I can't remember what it is, but I probably wouldn't list the DVD under $20 now. It's just because, like I said, they're not worth my time. And I find video games, DVDs, I suppose clothing to an extent, are entryway things for new resellers. So they'll just start scooping up and all these different things, and they'll start undercutting people. And you'll find it very prevalent in probably January, February for those people. So
yeah.
Hairy feet pics are where it's at. You all. That's what Jazz tells me. I don't know. She's been selling your feet on online too, Brad. I think. You like a Crocs, the hairy version.
Hairy version.
They probably do have a pair. Like the amount of variants out there, I reckon they do.
Probably.
DVDs are doing all right on the baby store, but they're very selective. Yeah. You just need to be. Oh, did it go off? I didn't see it.
Yep, it did. It did.
Oh, look at us go.
Didn't you hear it?
No, I heard it, but I didn't see it.
I probably need to put it a bit further away from my ear next time because I had it sort of right here, and it's my ear's ringing now.
That's right. What did you say? I couldn't hear you. You blew us out. Yes.
Oh, very good. DVDs are doing good in their baby store.
Well, it's good. Yeah, but I think for what Brad said previously, he buys pallets and probably only gets them down to probably about maybe 50 or 60 DVDs per pallet if he's lucky. So But yes, I agree with people doing their research, but I think especially Blake, probably can attest for this. If you walk into an op shop and there's like 18 copies of True Blood or Twilight or the same DVD, probably don't pick it up.
The OC or whatever it is as well. Entourage.
Entourage. I've seen a fair few Offsprings lately as well, so they're creeping up. So
yes, and Christian's quite right that is a real. When I was doing DVDs, was a key, major hate. Like you go in and their DVDs are $1, but then you find a good TV one that you want, and it's got 6 discs in it, and they want to sell it for $1 a disc.
Does your head in? Yeah,
I think the best DVD score, if you could say that, I got from a thrift store is when I was driving down to Judder's house last year. We had a bit of a meetup, and I stopped by this little bloody op shop in the middle of nowhere and picked up about 15 or 16 discs of A Country Practice for $1 each.
Yes,
so,
that would be a good one.
That got me a lot of money. I think it actually almost paid for the petrol both ways.
That's saying something.
Yes, I agree.
A lot better DVDs at garage sales. I haven't been to a garage sale. The last garage sale I went to, they gave me a haircut. And look how it turned out. So I haven't been back. I'll have to go to another one. What about you, Blake? Do you go to garage sales?
No, I don't. I've been a couple times just for fun, not really from a reseller perspective. Like I was a reseller, but I wasn't going looking for that stuff. And I found a couple of things. Like I found a few new in-box like Star Wars model figure things, and they sold really well. But yeah, I don't really go. I don't enjoy the whole atmosphere. I'd rather go down to the market, personally. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really enjoy them.
We don't get them. I mean, there's very few around here. And then on the one weekend there are a heap. It's usually the garage sale trail thing, and I'm having one, so I can't go around to the others. But yeah, I've sort of undernared. I think once I get mobile again with a car, I if it's worthwhile, it'd be worthwhile me travelling to say Bendigo or somewhere, and if there's enough garage sales in that area that I could go to, might be worth having a look.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of the markets, in a couple of weeks I'm going to go the Aussie flipper hunting. So I'm going up to the Gold Coast to try and slap him around a little bit with the tentacles.
You go to the Carrara market?
Tentacles, Granny, tentacles. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about going. So I'll see what it's like.
You should do a video.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone was swamping me. Everyone was. I
went to the Aussie Flippers market.
Yeah.
And I'll
just use a bit of clickbait. I'll say hairy tornado because it might give me a better result. Return on
God.
It stops the popping. Good morning, Chris. It's good to see you. Make sure you jump into Shane's life as well. So we're trying to boost up Shane's numbers. Shane was going to drop the link in the chat, so I was going to jump in his and be in 2 chats and see if I can manage 2 chats at once. But he hasn't dropped the link. But I'm slowly cross-listing all my lower value media to my second store, learning how hard it is to start from nothing, though. Yeah, I've got a third account, which is my crap, but I've all but abandoned that. I don't remember the last time I opened that eBay store, to tell you the truth. It's really hard, and like you find that. And that stuff's got pretty quality stuff. It's not junk that's going into it. It's just very, very slow in the algorithm. So that's probably about 6 months old, that store. I just need to probably keep feeding it some stuff. But all the best for the new store.
just don't do anything with your store. It doesn't get much traffic, you know.
Yeah, but like I tried to make it niche store kind of, but I might start it back up. But I might even just use it as a buying account. So.
Yeah, I've got my second account's mainly a buying account because I don't want everyone to go and look and see that I'm a seller myself, and then
well, that's
mad
right.
at my store.
Yeah. But I don't have 6 eBay stores because I don't even know people many as 3. six is
and I do have to get a second one, but for my buying. But I hadn't organised that, and I had to buy a last-minute Christmas present for my granddaughter. But I just hadn't done that. But I will make a second one for that.
Well, I have packaged your birthday present up ready. It's ready to go on the post on Tuesday. Monday's a holiday here. Yes, and
I didn't get a birthday present.
I don't know when your birthday is, so it doesn't matter. It's today. No, it will help with your geography, Granny, and those records that I promised you as well, because I want them out of my house.
Good.
$30 and anything. $30 and up is what he sells. Anything below that ain't worth the space and time. Also leaves some meat on the bones for the next reseller. Yeah,
that's true.
And like I said in the podcast yesterday, is that I'm very similar to what Nightmare Flippers is going through at the moment. I picked up a bunch of DVDs when I was in Perth, like probably at 6 or 7 boxes. What did I say, Blake? About 2,000 DVDs or something. So I paid to ship them all over. Paid it all over. Shipped them to pay them to the Bermuda Triangle, and when I went through them, they were all reseller seconds or thirds or fourths. They were all like $2 DVDs and all those different things. So.
Yes, well, we all do make those mistakes occasionally, don't we?
Yes. Well,
I never make mistakes.
Is that right?
They're my favorite. They're my favorite kind of mistakes to make. So I don't know, but we are bracing ourselves for the Facebook groups to have people coming in. We did see something in the Facebook group this morning that sparked their interest, didn't we, Granny?
We did.
Was it this morning or was it last night? I can't remember. When did we send that?
Last night. It might have been. Yes, it was last night. Yes.
Big bangers everywhere. I don't think I've even seen a Big Bang DVD, to tell you the truth, Peachy.
Oh, yes.
I see all the different variants of like Hunger Games, like Twilight series, Uncle Wayno's, best cuts. I don't know, like all the just
that
the generic
70s
stuff,
show.
Yeah, I don't even see that.
I've got a new
there's just crap there.
of that. And it's
See, this I'll put in the chat as well, because I want to ask the people this. Do you? I don't know. This might be just me being, the special, the special octopus that I am. But whenever I walk into an op shop, I always feel obliged to buy something because I don't know. I always feel like they're watching me walk out. I don't know. I just got this obligation to buy something if I walk in there. So this is probably partly why I don't go to garage sales, because I'd feel the same. I'd have to be obliged to buy something. So
right. So is that because you're worried that they think you're shoplifting?
No,
or
no,
you
it's
just think being rude walking out without buying something?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think, because I just think it's almost like a transactional thing. If I walk into the store, I have to buy something. And I'll do the same everywhere. I'll buy like a pack of gum. And it's not very often that, an 8-foot handsome octopus slithers into an op shop or into Kmart or something like that. So maybe
it's like when you go into a store to go to the toilet if you're on a road trip. Like I feel like I've got to go in and buy something because I feel rude just going in, using the toilet and leaving. Like it's just
well, sure. Well, and like the service attendant probably doesn't, especially if it's a gas station or a service station, they probably don't care that you're using the toilet as long as you don't destroy it. But
I just feel like it's just
it's the same. Like I never like shoplifting never crosses my mind or anything along those lines of that. It's just that like, I always feel that obliged to buy something. So. I actually walked out with a mobile phone charger yesterday for a phone that I don't even have. So on the off chance that I might get one, so it was only $1. So it was a brand new pack. So it was a USB, micro USB.
I guess I suppose really that I will walk out. I mean, I've walked out of Vinnie's a couple of times in a couple of places because I've gone in and the prices are just so ridiculous. I've looked at about 2 or 3 things and their prices were so ridiculous. I've turned the one in Wendouree. I turned tail and walked out, and this one in Horsham the same. I went and looked at the jeans, and I mean, look, their books might have been good prices, or there could have been other good things in there. But because I went there and saw these ridiculous prices on the jeans, I just walked out. I just thought I was so disgusted. But yeah.
I do put a caveat that on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember what day it was, but I put it on Facebook, on Instagram. Sorry, that when I walked into that Vinnie's and they had that $200 Bible that Leanne said goes for about $70 or $80 with free postage on eBay. I walked out of there and I didn't feel any reservations about buying anything. I didn't want to bankrupt myself on the way out. So
yeah,
but
I don't have an issue really walking out of op shops, but
yeah, like I said, like
well, I'd probably more those sort of ones that like the chain op shops, like your Vinnies and that. Probably, it doesn't bother me walking out of them. It's probably more the little independent ones. I would be more inclined to buy something. I mean, I generally do find something that I want to buy, but otherwise I would, I possibly would buy something in there just to, buy something as a donation to them.
I suppose I'd even probably just, if I had loose change, I'd probably just make a donation if they had like a little tin or something like that. But I don't know, I just feel like, really awkward, like it's like an obligation or something, I suppose. But Nightmare Flippers, for us, we're happy to sell $7 DVDs on eBay that cost us like 25 cents. They do suck and it's low value, but it moves and covers the raw cost. Pocket Cash and Ghosty. And I think I talked a little bit of this in the podcast yesterday, Nightmare Flippers, was that you probably want to gear him up. And I think I've spoken to you about this before, is you want to probably gear him up because, his time is just as valuable as yours, like when you're thinking the grand scheme of things, right? Build some capital and start buying those different things. And like we were talking about, if he's into those horror figures, find somewhere you can source them cheaper and selling them on eBay for a bigger return on investment. But everyone knows what I think about DVDs, so I'm not going to harp on about it.
Well, I was expecting a big tangent.
Yeah, I was. But we went on for 2.5 hours yesterday with the podcast.
Yeah, true.
You can feel. You can learn about how I feel about DVDs and the Rosetta Stone CD packs tomorrow.
Yeah.
I hate garage sales where I am. There's all resellers selling their crap, or eBay sellers trying to get eBay prices. Yeah. And that's the same as what we spoke about in the podcast yesterday. We're giving away the whole thing, Leanne.
Yes.
Like this Vinnies that I walk into that they're selling for eBay pricing, but they don't have nowhere near the foot traffic as what eBay has. So I don't think they can command the eBay price. I wouldn't care if it's even 50% of what eBay lists for. Like I said, I don't expect to get things for nothing in thrift stores or op shops. But I think it's a bit cheeky when they're commanding eBay prices with no buyer protections. And that's something I brought up yesterday, was that if I walk into Vinnies and pay $15 for an Xbox One game, is what they wanted for a FIFA game, and I get outside and it's all scratched up, as well, it's sold as is, so it's your problem. But if I put that on eBay for $9 with free postage, I could live negative feedback and I can get my money back and all these different things. So definitely hit and miss on the garage sales.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I think it depends on it's people are silly because they start thinking they can actually make money off a garage sale. I mean, you can, but a garage sale is meant for you to get rid of your crap, basically. And so, I really enjoyed the way I did mine last time because I didn't price things individually. I just had one side of the driveway was $1, the other side of the driveway was $2. And apart from all my DVDs that I sold in a bulk lot, they were going to be like 3 for $1, but then the bloke said, how much for the lot? And I said, you can have the lot for $50, and he bought them and went. So it was good.
Yeah.
That's a great way to do it. Like $1 one side, $2 the other side. And then you get rid of your stuff and you don't actually have to take it, put it in your car, take it to and donate it or take it to the tip or whatever. Like, it's gone.
That's right. Yeah, and I think I've said this to like watching Brad's videos before to Aussie Thrifters, is where they've walked into garage sales and they're commanding eBay prices, or they've got eBay price, a printed out sheet saying this is how much it's selling for eBay or something like this. And I've even seen other videos where well, it's right. Well, it's even in other videos where and I've seen it myself at Vinnie's in Belconnen, which is one of the suburbs in Canberra, is that eBay price $4.95, and it's just a listed price. It's not even a sold price. Vinnie's price, $280, and it's like it's just because I think I've said numerous times before. I'm a big believer in. I think it was Recommerce Dave or whoever it was further up. Selling the Scotch and soda pants. If it's gone in 2 hours, I don't care as long as I'm making a profit. See you later. Kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. Get it in, get it out.
Oh, really, Mary? Happy birthday!
Well, happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday. It's not mine though.
It is Blake's birthday. It's Blake's birthday.
No.
It's the 30th of December in America. Okay, that's good. We've ditched around 400 DVDs to market sell thus far. Yeah.
Oh, good. Nice.
Like, I think a lot of other YouTube channels, one in particular, pretty much scans the barcode. And when you scan the barcode, it comes up like probably 3 times the price of what it's actually selling for on eBay. So what I normally do is if I'm in a hurry, I'll probably scan the barcode, then whittle that pile down to whatever comes up as $20 plus on the barcode. Then I'll actually go through and type the name of the DVD and sell it. See that it sells for like $6 for free postage. So
yeah, because the barcode only shows the one that people have actually put in the UPC, which most people don't. So
no, that's right. That's exactly right. That's right.
It's not reliable.
You can smell the stuff they make the bang stuff out of. It just smells. It reminds me of having a cap gun in my youth.
Well, as long as you're not
taking it out of the tumbler, strange substances, Leanne.
Do the kids get woo? Do the kids get cap guns these days? Can you get cap guns?
No,
probably
no.
not.
I used to have one, but I think they're.
I had one. I used to have a spud gun as well. But my dad took.
They're the best.
I actually found it a couple of years ago in his cupboard, and he took it off me again because I shot my sister again 20 years later.
Great. Yeah, I used to have the old metal handgun one that you put in, and then
yes,
ones.
Yeah, I had one of those. So anyone wants to buy me a present, get me a spud gun so I can shoot my sister again. I think my poppy.
I doubt whether we'd find one of those in an op shop. Just
that's right. The things you find. The male Karen the Kookaburra. Hey everyone, can't stay. Just happy New Year to everyone. I'll listen replay later on. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Yes, we did. We'll catch you in the replay. Jazz is in the. See, she's here.
Hi, Jazz.
With a dedicated low value store, the aim is to attract people at clearance. Bargain focus.
She's asking you, is the idea with a dedicated low value store, is the aim of that to attract people with a clearance bargain focus?
Well, I was reading it like Anchorman, then where he's like, I'm Ron Burgundy. No. Because I thought she was making a statement, and I lost my footing when I got to the back and there's a question mark. Yes. Like if Sarah's still in the chat, she could probably comment on that. And my third eBay store was probably stuff that I wouldn't list in the Octopus store. Like more obscure, but that wasn't cheap, nasty stuff. Like kind of like how to train your dragon toys and action figures and all those different things. Which like certain ones go for a decent amount of money. Not spectacular, but they don't really fit in with my everything store. Look at that. I
was a low value store. For a while, I was harping on about it, trying to push low value stuff and move it quick, and it's a pain. Like I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
I don't just go, I'll only sell things like $20 and above. Like I still do sell, $10, $15 things if I get them in a wholesale lot. But obviously, like I'm always trying to target things that are of that higher value now and run a bit of a smaller store. Like I got rid of a heap of stuff yesterday because it's worth more to get that 20% savers coupon by donating a bag of it than it is to, sell it off for $2 or $3. So because that 20% adds up into $20. And if I'm putting 4 $1, $2 items that won't even sell at that into a bag, then I'm kind of making money with that donation, the discount I'll get on better items. So I don't know. I'm well and truly away from the low value store thing. It's a grind. It's hard.
I kind of think the idea if you had a really big store and you had stuff that got to a certain point that you wanted to clear it out, and you had a different store that was low value, I guess it'd be a good way to clear it out and get it out of your main store. But that's a lot of work, isn't it, to transfer it across?
Well, that's the thing. You got to have that volume to be able to make anything that's worth it, really.
Plus you're losing, what Leanne was insinuating, I think, is you're losing value on the item because you're having to double, triple, quadruple handle it. Obviously you're moving it from one store to another. That's double handling it. But I'm kind of in line with what Blake was saying and what I was going to talk to Nightmare Flippers as well as, and I have checked his feedback, which is squeaky clean. But those low value dollar items, they attract the scum of the society. So when you're selling $4 DVDs, you'll find you're quite opening yourself up to negative feedback, and there's nothing you can do from an eBay perspective. So
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's other resellers. Like, realistically, it'd be quite easy for me to buy a bunch of $4 DVDs off you and destroy your feedback. And still walk away with change from $20. So that's something that I suppose that you gear towards. And like, I've sold things for multiple hundreds of dollars, and I've never heard a beep out of that person ever again. Because and it's always the $6 Skylander that you're selling, and you get like 8 messages about it, and can you see there's different angles and all these different things, and like I said before, it normally gets to the point now you get 2 questions, and then I'll block you regardless. So because that's been hidden before.
And look, anyone that's just happens to be starting out, or anyone that doesn't realise, always ask if someone says that something's broken or it's not working properly, even if it's, and someone said to me about a CD, they'd put a CD in and they were trying to tell the seller that, and it was only a cheap one, that it wasn't being recognised by their player. And I said, get them to send you a photo of the little LCD screen on the player to show you that it's not recognising it, because there are plenty of people out there trying to scam you, and they probably order a lot of CDs and get the low value ones, knowing that if they go back to the seller's just going to refund them. They're not going to get them to send it back.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's like we said in the podcast yesterday, is a lot of new resellers will probably be open targets to scammers, because that they'll want you to go off platform, or they'll like Granny was saying, is they'll try and replace your good disc with a dodgy disc, or they'll just basically hope that you give them a refund on all these different things. So that's something to be mindful of. But I suppose for that reason, that's why I'm trying to get my ASP up, because I find the higher the item is, the less interaction from the buyer. They just want to, it's a transaction. And there's nothing. So,
and if there is an issue, they're usually typically much more willing to work with you to be able to make it good for both sides, like with a return or something like that. Like, they're not just going to flat out, like, of course, I've had those people that have just flat out been like, I don't like it, give me the money back. But most of the time, you don't hear a peep. They'll open a return, they'll get their money back, and it's as simple as that. Like, most people out there are good. Not everyone's out there to try and scam you or be
that's right.
But
I find there's
like you say, you do get the scum of the earth with those lower items for sure.
But I find there's a higher portion of that that lower dollar value kind of thing. So
I also think it's more prevalent too, because a lot of those lower value items you're sending untracked. If you look at, like, say, CDs or little paperback books, the thin, like a Scholastic type thing that you might, send that untracked. It's so easy for the buyer to say that they didn't receive it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right. And that's something, like, because I think I've said to numerous times that I'd normally use a $30 threshold, because I do a cost benefit analysis, right? So anything under $30 that I might lose 1 or 2 packages in $100, but that money that I save from using track postage, pays for that anyway. So it's kind of negligible, but I've never had any negative feedback for using stamps. So Sarah says, not if she's at Finney's. Well, like I said, that's probably the exception to my rule. Walk out if there's nothing there. Don't waste your dollars. Yeah, I agree. But I needed an extra micro USB cable for something, I'm sure. I'd be broke if I bought something at every thrift store. I know. Like I said, my brain's probably wired differently, but I always feel that, and especially the thrift stores that I go to, or the op shops that I go to, I've actually built pretty good rapport with the managers there, and I actually talk to the staff and all those different things. So I'm happy to pay $1 or $2 for a micro USB cord when I get some really decent stuff, and they'll actually tell me, oh, we've got some new AEST stuff or new player issued stuff in the store as well. So I think that's probably, maybe that's what do they call it when you train a dog with positive reinforcement. I buy a USB stick.
That's right. It works, doesn't it?
With half the store attached to his tentacles, but how did this get stuck here? That's pretty much it. Like, I'm the original sticky bandit. So
and then it's funny.
Out with the clothing. Vinny's around here are priced high, because Nightmare Flippers and Flip Fox Finds. Geez, that's hard to say in one sentence. They're in close proximity to each other, and I have been thrifting in their respective areas, and I agree. I walked out of another Vinny's down there because it's just ludicrous. Same as everywhere. They're a boutique store now. Yeah,
for sure. That's the
that
way
one I went to. The one I went to through the week is the first time I've been in that Vinny's in probably 8 or 9 months because and like I said in the story is that the stuff that like I remember seeing a Tasmanian devil that was a plush that you probably win from a claw machine. They had it for $50. It was still sitting on the door on the floor with a $50 price tag. It was just
bloody hell.
At Skylanders, Sarah, that they had like giants that we were talking about in our Skylander video that you wouldn't pay more than 10 cents for because they're virtually worthless. They wanted $6 or $7 each for them. So
ridiculous. Morning, Jen.
Yes. Morning, Jen.
Morning.
How are you? Morning, Edgar.
Morning,
don't like leaving empty-handed at garage sales because I know how much time it takes them to organise and set up. Yeah, well, I'll go with that. That's what that's gonna be my mentality. I'll roll with that.
Yeah. I think it's harder to walk out of a garage sale though. Like, if the person's sitting at the end of the garage sale, and you're the only person that's walked in at that particular time, that's a bit harder to walk out. Yeah.
I'm the most awkward person in the world anyway, so I'll just go thanks and just do my little awkward smile and just bottle it out.
We can attest to him being very awkward, so it's all good. I bought from Salvos Online recently. Oh, okay. The customer service online was top tier at least. Bought a Pokemon game for $200. It was a fake, and I got my refund with no pushback. Oh, okay.
That's good at least.
Well, there is a way to tell how a Pokemon game is fake, and I'm pretty sure 2 Aussie thrifters will tell you how it is because I've told him numerous times. I walked into an op shop last week and seen an AFL jacket, terrible condition. They had $100 on it. The lady working there tried to show me what they were selling for some random website. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm convinced half the time it's actually the volunteers or the managers that are actually opening up these eBay listings or these websites and listing it for $780. So, I will say we managed to buy things at those garage sales that overpriced some things. They also missed some things. Yeah, and that's right. And that's what I spent a fair bit of time in the Vinnies to try and catch them out. But everything was just overpriced at the zoo. So,
and like especially when they're doing the Bible, like at least the Salvos I went into last week and they had these really nice white Bibles, and I said, "Oh, how much for the Bibles?" I knew. And they said, "Oh no, you can have that." Like, so they actually give them away as a nice gesture. But Vinnies, no, they're just going to price them right up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. And like I said, not that I expect op shops and all those different things to give it away because we did talk about it in the podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
I am constant.
Stop telling them what we talked about in the podcast.
Oh no, we went for an hour and 50 minutes. And I refuse to let this podcast go for an hour and 50. This live go for an hour and 50 minutes. But yeah, look. I do know that they are somewhat of a dumping ground. They do have external costs and all those different things. But eBay pricing is a bit of extraordinary. Memories, spud gun and shooting sister. That's right. Well, yes. I've got a sister. I've got no spud gun, and I've got a sister. So if you've got a spud gun, you can shoot her. Just so I'm trying to niche my main store down. The items are the $15 plus. Want to see if I can get a sale before ditching the items completely. Yeah, and sometimes it's even worth just what I said to Nightmare Flippers is just to get rid of it onto Facebook Marketplace. Just move it on because you are costing yourself time. Like this is my mindset anyway. That you kind of like these Wii games behind me, right? I'll probably take out the good ones and I'll just throw the crap ones or just redenote them to somewhere after that. Like it's. I'm not going to waste my time trying to get $3 on a Wii game.
For me, the space is worth more. Like I'd rather just donate it, even if I didn't get a 20% coupon. Like it's just and I'm more in tune with like store health and having good store now anyway. And I don't know, it's a bit of a coinky dink, I think. But yesterday when I got rid of all that other crap, my sales just went like the best in ages. Like as soon as I got rid of a heap of crap. So I don't know if that's a good thing. If it's a coincidence, I think it is a coincidence, but it can't hurt. So anyway, it's not going to sell anyway. I might as well get rid of it.
Yeah. So that being said, Blake, because I know you do reduce your prices as they age up. So what price would you get down to before you would remove something out of your store?
Oh, look, if something won't sell for $5, then I'm probably gonna get rid of it. Honestly, like for the most part, like depending, like most of the time I'll try and get at least some money for things. But I mean, sometimes things will fall into a markdown sale or something like that, and I might get down to $3 or something like that. And if it sits for a week or two and it won't sell at $3, it's got 0 views, 0 watches, anything like that, then I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna waste my time with it over $3 because once again you're attracting the bad buyers and stuff like that. Like I ran all that stuff I got rid of. I ran it all on a 99-cent auction just to see if I get anything. I saw one thing and straight away that buyer's like, hey, can I pick it up in, a few weeks' time when I'm in Ballarat next? It sold for 99 cents. It's $1.
Yeah.
Like, that sort of thing. I'm like, I said, oh, when are you thinking? And they're going, I'll let you know closer to the time. So I got on eBay and they're like, yeah, after 4 days, if I haven't paid for it, cancel it, block them, and basically move on with your life. They pretty much told me. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I was just got onto them and just made sure that since they've said that, like, if they do leave feedback and stuff and they're going, as they haven't paid for the item, they can't leave feedback. And I'm like, that's not true these days. But,
yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll wait and see about that. I mean, I guess
it's fully protected.
Yeah. Okay.
In that case, but
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that again.
Well, I mean, how bad is that though? Because I mean, when we do sell something that's really low value, our only bit of bonus is that we get a discount on our Oz Post, like that might help us recoup a little bit more money, and they're going to come and pick it up and take that away as well. So yeah.
It's for the, like, I was thinking when I first started doing that auction, I was like, oh, it's going to save the time. Yeah, I'll save the space and that I might get a couple dollars back. But then when I remembered about the 20% savers coupon, I tend to go down there reasonably often. Like, it's going to save me more anyway. So I'm like, just get rid of it out of my store completely and not deal with all that sort of stuff because it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
there's no savers in New South Wales, Queensland. I think it's only really Victoria, South Australia that I've seen it in. But Tasmania might have it as well. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, if that's the case, and you don't have a savers or you don't have something that'll do a coupon for a donation, it doesn't matter. Like most of the time, for a lot of that lower end stuff, just the space is worth more than than that anyway.
Our conversations, I normally just say, hey, look, just bundle them up and put it on Facebook Marketplace. Save yourself the time, because that's what I did with these DVDs. I had someone with, like very similar to Nightmare Flippers. I think that they sell at the markets around the corner. So just here, have the DVDs for, 100 for $20 or $30, however much I just need the space. And you need to be mindful as well, Sarah, that, I know you might work out of here, but my storage shed where I've got all my Funko Pops, which I'm going to clear out next, just get rid of those low value ones. That's price of the storage shed's gone up 100% over the last 12 months. So I was paying, I think it was about $112 a month for it now. So it's about $220 or $230 a month. And it's just holding stuff that I don't need. So that's another couple $100 a month I can save if I can downsize my store to more of a niche and clean store. So without any garbage. Time is money. Not only do you have to list more to make the same money, you have to post more as well. That's right. Yeah, that's taken me a little bit to get to that. And I think as well, like with Sarah's, the new store, what I found as well is that you're almost geared to having to send things tracked initially till you get that rapport with eBay. Like, even though I had my store linked, you had your account locked with funds and all these different things, which really don't come into a play. But if you're a new seller with not much capital to play around with, you kind of almost pushed into that track model to get your money quicker. So I'm quite of those Wii games previously I would have just listed them for $4.99 with free post, but I'll just get rid of the trash ones and go from there. Or like Granny said, bundle them up. So
well, will we do? Oh, I haven't got both my pens here today to do the pen thing that I usually do. I mean, if you're selling the same thing, but one item's worth, well, here, I've got pencils that are the same. So if you've got two pencils and they're pretty much identical and you're listing this one and to sell for $3, but you're listing this one to sell for $30, it takes you the same time and effort to list both of them. So which one are you better off listing? I mean, that's my thing. I'd rather put my time into listing those higher value items. I mean, I do have some books. I do have some that are sort of may start around the $21, $22 mark. And then as I'm reducing the price on them, they'll come down and they'll finish up around the 15. But I think once they get to about the $15 mark, they either have to go into a bundle or, be gone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Sarah, what I meant to tell you is that rumblings on the internet is there's a new Skylander game coming out. So if anyone is interested in Skylanders, potentially keep your nose to the ground on that, because if they do release a new Skylander game that's compatible with the figures, they probably should shoot up a little bit. Very true, Blake. I don't know what Blake said, but I agree.
Just about how the space is more valuable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with clearing state, but I wouldn't want to make an ongoing model. Yeah. Because that's why for me, I'll never be a paid store. It's always good to learn from works with newcomers, and giving advice on groups is very hard to sell with a personal account. Yeah. For research sake, it'll be interesting to see how that store performs, and whether separating those items has a positive effect in your main store. Or it's just an effective mix. Yeah, I really didn't see an upturn, because I think I said previously, but not last November, like last year in November, I picked up, I think it was about 1,200 VHS for $40 or $50. It was quite cheap, and they were all horror clamshells and all those different things. So, I pretty much cleared out.
I would have thought too. Also, like being horror and being clamshells, I would have done the same thing. I would have thought, yep, rip up.
Yeah. Oh, they all went. Like, don't get me wrong, they flew out the door. Well, but what happened was that I was stuck with 700 shit VHSs. So I migrated those across to the pufferfish account. This is when the Commonwealth Picker started turning off VHS, because he was spruiking VHS every video. He did, because he loved VHS and all those different things. So that's what helped those horror VHS fly out the door. So I made obscene amounts of money, and in hindsight, it would have been worth more for me to take those VHS either to the op shop or to the tip, or even on Facebook Marketplace, than to do 700 individual listings, much against Uncle Wayno's advice. He's like, just bin them. I should have done that. But the amount of time that I wasted, and out of that 700, I probably sold about 10 VHS, 20 VHS on that other store. And like I said, it just wasn't worth the return on investment for the time. So like I said, and that was like 700 listings that were pumped into that store over the space of 2 months. So
see, I'm finding with mine, I mean, I haven't got all that many left. I've only got like 2 shelves worth over there left. But the ones that's listed, I have got a cupboard full that aren't listed. But I'm finding like people are still looking at them, like they're getting views and watches on videos. But even though I've reduced, like some of those videos originally I had priced in $50 and $60, and they're down to, like I think some of the $50, $60 ones might be down to like $24, $25 now, but they're still not buying them. So I don't know what price I have to get down to actually get rid of them.
Yeah, so I had a very rare VHS. I think it was only ever brought out on VHS. It was called New Year's Evil, which is quite fitting for today. So it was a horror movie set around New Year's Eve. But that was a $200 VHS when I first listed it, and it got marked down all the way down to $64.99 before it sold over the space of a year. So, but like I said, it goes to show you need to keep on top of the pricing of that niche, because and that's probably what's good to working in a niche, because the prices back to front, because the amount of times I've been caught out with manga or like Skylanders and all those different things. So they used to be a set and forget kind of thing, because you get $20 for a figure or $15 for a book. Now they're just down to like $10 and free postage kind of thing. So. Yeah, well, that's right. Like, I'm not talking against it, I'm not talking for it. It's just the personal, whatever you want to do, and that's pretty much run the store how you want. But it's just something that personally me, and from my previous experience, and like Sarah and I sell different things. So, like what she might redirect to that secondary store might be more better, lack of better English, than what I put into my secondary store. So.
Yes, we love a good experiment. I'm a bit. I'm like
right.
that. I love a good experiment.
That's exactly right. I had a buyer submit an item not received, saying that eBay doesn't show it as delivered, and told the buyer they picked up the untracked. I told the buyer they picked untracked. Okay, a few hours later, they left a negative feedback saying seller didn't help. In that case, like I said, that I just normally refund straight away and apologise and say, hey, look, Granny, apologise. My records show that I sent it on the 1st of December. It should have well and truly been here by now. What I'll do is I'll send you a refund now and see if I can source a replacement item for you. So I don't commit to sourcing a replacement item. I'll just say I'll try and get one if I've got one. And I'll send it out to you for free. Then I'll just give them their money back, and they go, "Oh, cool, no worries, thanks, Octo," and they just disappear. I never hear from them again. So depending on, I'll block them or otherwise. So
I think sort of coming back at them and saying you picked untracked postage, and depending how you word it, isn't ideal. Rob showed us his letter that he sends out to those. Well, we used to call them Karens, but we'll call them Pamelas now. That, say they didn't receive their item, and it was brilliant. It was quite wordy, but it was brilliant. Like, he sends this message, and it's all so sweet and apologetic, and all the rest of it, but it explains the situation There's no way your buyer's going to come back and give you a negative feedback after
No,
getting that.
that's right. Like, not having to go the way, like you said, Dave, but I think you really don't have a leg to stand on. I think with that situation, and like I said, depending on that's why I used to use $20, before the threshold. Then I bumped it up to $30 now. But and you go through their feedback, and you before I accept offers, I go through the buyer's feedback to see what they've left for others, and if it's sea of red, I'll decline and block them straight away. But if it's normal, if it's just generic stuff saying, hey, thank you for this and all those different things, there is a possibility that they probably got lost in the mail system, or just, especially, coming to Canberra and to Broome, which is at the other top of the end of Australia, things take longer than what eBay says, 3 days or something. So more often than not, it's probably still in transit. So I'll just refund and move on, just to not upset. And what we spoke about yesterday as well, because much of Blake's, chagrin, but I'd probably rather refund them straight away and lose that $15 or $20 than have them open up an item not received case and not sell anything for that day or two because of that case being active. You're going to cost yourself more money in the long run from that negative feedback or the item not received. So Salvos don't sell Bibles, only give them away. Okay, I thought originally they read that as babies.
Oh my God!
I might need some glasses for these painted on items.
I'm actually thinking that maybe you should go and get your eyes tested.
That's right. Well, that's exactly right. Yeah. Well, it's quite hard to see through these painted on eyes. Do you guys notice other local resellers in the same op shop all the time and talk with them? I don't really.
No, I never see one.
I've seen Sam around a few times.
I've seen a
lifestyle reseller. I'll talk to Sam if she's in the store. I've seen Mel a few times. I'll say hello to Mel. But that's really the only ones I've noticed. I really, stay in my own little world and talk to the op shop staff. I don't really see any other resellers. But when I was in Vinnie's the other day, I did notice those new resellers, because you always got that air of, they've almost got like an air of desperation around them, that they're grabbing everything and looking at things and whip their phone out and all those different things every time they pick something.
I was beside one of them the other day. They kept cutting me off on the racks, but it's all right. I jumped to the next one over and went through everything, and they were going in behind me. So I was like, you're probably not going to find much, but it's okay.
No. And like I said, everyone starts somewhere, so it's not being derogatory to them. But they're quite easy.
Not at all.
Well, they're behaving the way that we all probably behaved when we started. Like
searching everything up, looking up things. But that's good. That's what you need to do.
I still behave that way. And I think I've said this numerous times, and please don't make the same mistakes as I am. If you go pick up a console, either have it checked there or make sure that they actually factory reset it before you pick it up. Because I picked up a PlayStation 4 yesterday that wasn't factory reset, and I can't factory reset it because 2 accounts have locked it. So guess what? I got a new testing PlayStation. Yeah, so but I got it for a price where I got a whole bunch of games with it, which the games will pay for it. So like the console will be like a testing console, or I'll just give it to one of the kids. But like I said, I even now I still make mistakes about the stuff that I preach, just by virtue of how cheap this console was. And double check your console and double check the discs. Make sure they're not scratched, because I've been caught out in the last fortnight over both of those things. Have worked for 2024 best-selling trends. Everyone seems to be over the nuclear reset phrase. Not me though. To start going viral for hate comments. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't see that. There are people who are pain in the asses out there that want to just cause animosity, and some of them, are a giant octopus. But I really don't see the point. Like Promo Chemo with his nuclear reset. I don't know about Blake. I'm pretty sure he was trying to tell me this morning, but I probably wasn't listening. But I've turned away from it because I found diminishing returns on the reset. Have you guys found that as well?
I don't do it.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped it.
Yeah, I'm still doing a couple of hundred a day for the moment, and I'll do that because I was going to do that till the end of the month, and then stop and then see what happens after that.
Yeah, because I know, I know Jeff and Promo. I don't know what Promo's first name is, but their systems work good for whilst we were trialing them. Someone put in a comment, it's going to fall over. eBay's going to catch on. But my stance for that was that utilize it while it works. I don't mind if it lasts 2 weeks and I get heaps of sales. Who cares? But big kudos to Jeff and Promo for putting it out there, because they could have just kept it to themselves and they could probably still be running it now because eBay wouldn't have even noticed. There's probably I don't think they would have noticed anyway. It's probably a glitch that they picked up the anomaly, but they put it out there, they put themselves out there, and it was a system that worked, and it may work for them still. It might work in different regions. It might work in the US still, but it doesn't work for me personally. So
Primo's still done it.
Yeah. So I kept on, like, I was just reducing. So I went from doing the whole store to doing, 3/4 of the store for a while. And then I cut down to half the store for a while and so on. So that's where I'm down to like doing just one block of 200 at the moment.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I mean, I still take, so I'm not actually doing 200 because I take out anything that's got watches on it. Or, not watches, anything that's got offers sent out on them. So generally out of that 200, it's 180 or so I'll do. But I do find that I'll usually get maybe one sale out of those ones that I do end and resell. Like, it's not enough that I would say that I'd go back to doing the whole store, but it does get some of those older items and get them going sometimes.
Yeah, I'm finding that because like Sarah and I have been chatting, and since we did our video last week, I'm just bulking up my Skylanders, and I'm finding that's moving a lot quicker in that respect. But I found that my sell-through rate completely bombed when I did the nuclear reset because I was probably sitting at about 4 or 5% sell-through rate. Now I'm down to about 1.3 or something along the lines of that because you have that influx of views and that influx of incoming traffic, like impressions and the views, but there's no conversion. So I don't know if that's hurting the algorithm, and that's what might be like a bit of a hangover from doing that nuclear reset. But like I said, it worked fantastic when I was doing it. But it may have been coupled with Q4 and all those different things. But yeah, my sales have pretty much gone back to somewhat normal what I was doing reset wise now anyway, so they're fine.
Yeah. Mine were awful. Oh, sorry, you go. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was going to read Christian's comment, but you're more important.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh, okay. No worries. My sales were awful over Christmas and that sort of thing, and I was sort of wondering what was going on. And I was talking to Octo about this before we started, and it's so I was, after I stopped on the reset and stuff, I put my promotions back to where it used to be, which was 10%, and the sales were terrible. So I was like, my sales are terrible anyway. I might as well, pay less fees on the ones that I do get, and I've lowered it right down by less than half that now. And as soon as I lowered it right down, sales went ballistic as soon as I put my promotions down. So I'm sort of thinking that maybe it's more targeted now or something, or if it's just another a coinky dink. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of agree with like both sides of the fence, right? Yeah, I'm very non-committal, but what Josh and John said, Josh Galt and John flipping out easy with eBay. I kind of tend to agree that eBay is going to pay to play kind of thing. Like it's a corporation, right? They're out to make money, so I kind of believe that stance. But I had the same thing as what Blake did. Is that I think I've said previously is I promoted for a couple of weeks at 12.3% or something, 12.8%. Then my sales just pretty much flatlined. That's even with the nuclear reset. Then I dropped it down to 4%, which I'm currently at the moment, and they're just popping off left, right, and centre. Yeah. So it's definitely
10% used to be my standard. That's why I went back to it, but I think I'll be sticking with a lower amount. To be honest, it seems probably to be more targeted.
Yeah, in January, I probably might even shrink it to 2% and even might even turn it off completely just to see how that goes. Because I'm glutton for punishment. Why not? I'm going on time away mode anyway, so why not?
It's what we do here. We ruin our stores.
Well, that's right. For pure entertainment, there you go. So Savers are only in Victoria and South Australia. Thank you, Brad. My whole store is 9% from Savers, which is a 3-minute drive away. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've got another person trying to suck up to the octopus. Thank you, Granny. She just wants early access to the videos.
Exactly.
I'd become a member, but then the 96 cents you're giving me every month for being a member of my channel, I'd be giving it back to you.
That's what I figure. It works out, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. We're just cost neutral now. We can tax right
off.
Yeah. Forest Lines Online, same. Immediately it's being picked through. Yeah. Good morning, Adam. How you going, mate?
Good morning, Adam.
Well,
Adam,
what'd you go to 3?
Yes, so Adam, I've got a goal for you today, apart from the things we talked about last night. So your goal today is I want you to find another DVD out of those DVDs that you bought to sell and to list and sell. There you go. Something for you to do.
Any certain threshold, or did you just pick one off the top of the pile and list it?
Oh no, he needs to find something that's going to sell for a decent amount of money. So
$20.
What are we doing? We'll say around the $20 mark. So yeah.
And I think that unlike what I said to other people previously, in the podcast again, there you go, I'm ruining the whole show for you. But if you've fallen below standard, you probably do want to sell those really cheap sell-through rate. So if you can, one of those Wii games, if it goes for $20 with free posts, I'd probably list it. If I was below standard, I'd probably list it at $9.99 with free posts, just to get that traffic through and just get those sales to to take the edge off that below standard thing. So, we've done that. A few local new resellers who pick up crap and don't know the good stuff to look at it. I don't mind that. Yeah, well, that's right. They take it out. Oh, hello. Thanks, Chris. Thank you very much for your contribution.
You've got to do that like when you first start out. Look, honestly,
I'm still doing it.
It's kind of a rite of passage, isn't it? Like, you've got to go through that process of picking up and realizing that you get home and it's not worth anything.
I felt kind of bad because I was with a partner, Lisa, when we were in Savers or whatever, and in the car I told her, I was like, I was next to a new reseller, doing all this, that, and the other, and I'd already picked through. She's going, why didn't you help them? Why didn't you help them and show them what to pick up? I'm like,
leave her at home
because I want to pick it up. Because I want to pick it up.
As much as I bag my mother, every time I take her to the thrift store or the op shop, she comes to me with stuff, and like normally she comes to me with stuff, and I just roll my eyes, but. Lately, when I've been bringing her down, when she comes down to Canberra, I take her to one of them, and the stuff that she's bringing across to me, Jesus, it's better stuff than I'd pick up. It's like, not interested. I'll comp it just to make it feel better, and it's like comps at $200 or something.
We do a split attack now. I'm like, all right, you can go over in the women's area, I'll stay in the men's area, and then she'll just text me photos of these different stuff, and I'm like, yep, no. It's just sort of it works quite well, actually.
I'm better at picking up women's jeans than I am men's jeans. And the amount of times that the op shop staff that don't know who I am come across me, the men's jeans are over there.
I that too. That's why I send Lisa over.
Thanks, Peachy. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well. I think I've pulled my VHS out. There might be one or two left somewhere. I think I'm the same. I think if I sold a VHS, I'd be sweating because I wouldn't know where it is. I think I've taken them all to the tip.
Well, I know where all mine are, so that's a good start.
I've split my account into two lower media and a second store. It ticks along. There's a different type of buyer. Interesting when the main store is a quick quieter, the other store picks up. Yeah, and I find that as well. Is that I think, I know me personally, is that I had eBay link my stores, so all three of them are linked across the board. So I'll find one will do a fantastic, then the other two will be quiet, or vice versa. So
yeah.
That new Skylander rumor is a year old at least. Toys and Bob are working on a new Spyro game instead of not Skylander. No, this one actually came out. Microsoft CEO said it about a week and a half ago that he's interested in bringing up old IP and named Skylanders by name. So,
wow.
Yeah, sold a Dragon Ball VHS yesterday. Okay.
There you go.
They're green or yellow from my memory, I think. I told my son. I sold my son. You should if he's wearing Crocs. I told my son to do something with these 100+ Dragon Ball VHS tapes. He threw them out because he was sick of storing them. It's very sad in hindsight. Yeah. Dragon Ball Z, they never really sold for me. But it's almost saturation with Dragon Ball Z. Like a lot of anime DVDs, if they're the more obscure ones, they go for decent money. Brad could probably attest to this. But with Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball GT, I'll probably just stay away from it because they're really
the clothing goes well.
Yeah, because everyone thinks they're Goku. They used to all want to be Goku, but now they all want to be Vegeta. So probably if you find anything with Vegeta on it, probably grab it because it's all 90% of it's Goku. So nice one, Dave.
Yes.
Get new resellers asking if I'm the plush guy from Instagram. I get new resellers asking if I taste good in a barbecue. I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, you just. Oh yes, I was about to say you want to tell them that you're. When they say that, just say, I'm the plush king.
That's right. That's exactly well. Speaking of the plush king, Christian and I are into negotiations at the moment to film an episode about like we did with Sarah about Skylanders. We'll probably talk about plush or vintage clothes or whatever he wants to talk about.
Squishmallows.
So I know a little bit about plush to do some damage, but I have no idea with vintage clothes. So might see what he wants to talk about. So
I quite like those one-on-one kind of episodes. They're kind of cool. Like they're good.
Yeah, like I said, I need to
almost like an interview.
Sarah and I probably went for a little bit too long. I'd probably cap it at 30 minutes because I just love talking about Skylanders. And Sarah's the same.
Yeah.
So with Christian, because I know he's quite time poor.
Yeah, we know you like talking about Skylanders.
We'll go that away. So what I'd probably do is I'd probably just limit to the 30-minute episode, or just cut the crap out next time. For the not receive, I gave them a suggestion where to look. Safe drop neighbour. I was actually pressing the refund when the negative came through. Karen, Pamela, and now Shona. I find that if they leave negative feedback, my inclination to help them goes down. That I'd probably tell them to do things, but not polite things. All right, I'm off. Have a great New Year's. You too, mate. Have a good New Year's.
You too.
See ya.
Don't mind the thrift stores. No octopuses enjoy the fly. Yeah, well, I don't know. Yes, I haven't really come across the super high-rise flared mum jeans lately.
You're always finding like decorated ones, though, aren't you?
Yes, I'm finding ones that apparently go well on Depop. So they're the ones. I get some really trippy ones around here. So my main account has gone quite. My other account is booming. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
At least you're booming somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'd rather talk vintage clothes, but we can chuck in some plush. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's fantastic. 30 minutes. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. But yeah, like I said, I know a bit about plush, and I think everyone knows about plush. Is that look for plush with obviously proper
stuffing
tags
in
on it. Stuffing in it. That's right. I go to Build-A-Bear and get it restuffed like I do. Or like I said. Yeah, 90% of plush is crap as well. But I think I've had enough of you two, especially if we're having a show tonight, Granny. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push you all across over to Shane now, Soda City Flips. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know who he is, but I've got a lot of respect for this bald-headed man, a fellow bald-headed person as myself. Please do go across, slither across, and tell him that Grumpy Granny and I sent you over so we can mend the wounds of competing against
going up against him.
But we do enjoy Shane. We've been on his show a couple of times. He is set in the US, so a lot of his stuff is that. But he's straight to the point, no bullshit kind of person, which is what I quite enjoy. And like we talked about in the podcast. Well, sorry, like what he's talking about in the podcast on Tuesday is that you don't have to look in Australia, you don't have to look in the States for reselling knowledge, because some of it's transferable. So please slither across the shades. Yes, and we'll see you at 11 o'clock tonight. Well, you won't see Blake because you'll be asleep.
You won't see
me. We might get Lisa to have his camera set up at the end of the bed as soon as he snores.
Oh, God. She'll be up so she can take my place. She can sit here and talk to you.
Well, she might be more interesting. That's right. She'll be more interesting. We'll send her the link. All right, but anyway, we'll thank you again. Speak to Dave. They left a reply to feedback. Appropriate response. Interesting. They sent me a link to reporting the buy. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they probably do that just to make you feel better. But I always respond to negative feedback, even before you get it removed. Like if eBay says you can't remove it because you've responded to it as crap, I've 100% I've had one removed. Happy New Year's, Mary Jo. Slide it across to Shane.
Happy New Year.
Happy to Jazz. So happy New Year to Brad as well. I missed him. Sorry, Sandra, I missed you. Happy New Year, Sandra.
Yes, I agree, Sarah. Everyone be safe and well and happy and have a fun night.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yes.
Well, anyway, but like I said, if you're able to, please slide it across to Shane, and we'll see you later this evening if we do. Otherwise, a happy New Year and all the best, and drive safe if you're going with. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.